Hey, Josh here from iGloo, and I want to run through some of the latest updates we've made inside of iGloo. So first of all, we've added in the custom HTML form email element, meaning that you can add any custom HTML code from your email signup forms on any autoresponder directly into our email form elements. Let me show you how you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so what you want to do is create an email signup form in any autoresponder account that you've got. Then what you want to do is click on I'll install my form and get your HTML code over here. So simply copy the HTML code, then go over to iGloo, and maybe we can go through and create a new section. And then what we're going to do is add in the email form element. So I should go down right down to the bottom, drag and drop the email form element there. And then what I can do is go to the settings of this email form. And if I go over here to the proper settings over here, what we can do is select custom HTML code under the autoresponder, and then simply post in that code there and click on passcode. And there we have it. We've got our email form integrated with our custom HTML form. So what you can do is add in, your custom text placeholders. So they say enter your name, and it say enter your email address. And that's how you can go through and use any email sign up form from any autoresponder directly inside of iGloo. Okay, so the next update we've made is video and image pop-ups, and these are like light boxes for images and videos. Let me show you how you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so maybe I'll scroll down here, and maybe I want to make this image into a light box. So what I could do is simply click on here and go to style options, and on the actions tab over here, you're about to see we've got different types of actions. So you can scroll to section, open a URL, or open a pop-up, close current pop-up, image pop-up, or YouTube pop-up. Now for the pro users, you'll have these extra pop-up options, which I'll go through a bit later in this video. But for now, what we can do is select image or YouTube pop-up for the current members. So what we can do is have like a different image. So I can upload this image here. Maybe I'll go through and select the same image. So I'm gonna select this one here, and I'm gonna save this and just preview that for you to show you what it does. Okay, so if I go down here, and if someone clicks on this now, you're about to see it opens up that image in a little light box pop-up. And this is good for thumbnails. If you've got little thumbnails and you want people to click on those to open up a bigger image, then you can do that with the image pop-up. Now what we also have is, for example, we can turn this one into a video. So let's go and grab a YouTube video, and I'll show you how you can do the video pop-up. Okay, so let's maybe grab Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, my son's favorite video. And if I go back over here, what we can do is go to the settings, go to action, and then instead of image pop-up, we can select YouTube pop-up, and I can type in my YouTube URL or paste it in down there, and I can select these different options over here as well. Okay, so I'm going to save this and then go to preview. I'll pause that video, and I'm going to scroll down here. When I click on this image right now, you can see it opens up the YouTube video in a light box pop-up like that. Okay, so that's how you can go through and create image light boxes and video light boxes within iGloo. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how you can add video backgrounds onto any page. Now this is a really cool effect, and I love adding on video backgrounds to my pages. So what you want to do first of all is on your row or your section, you want to remove the background type and set it as none. Okay, so you got no background for your section or for your row. So now what I want to do is go over to YouTube, and I can select the YouTube URL from any video that I want to select, and then I can go to the page settings over here at the top of the page, and then go to background and select YouTube video. You can also select HTML5 video if you want to add in one that you've got hosted on the web. Okay, so I'm going to simply paste in that YouTube URL there, and I can select whether I want the video to be muted or not, and by default it's selected as yes to muted. And I can also select the starting position. So for example, if for the first 5 seconds there's like an intro animation or some text and you don't want to show that, you can select the video to start after a certain amount of seconds so that it won't show that actual text or the intro. You can also expand your video, and this is if you have some kind of borders or something like that on your video and it doesn't look too good, you can make it even bigger. So it expands past that and you won't see it on your actual page, okay? And one other thing to note as well is that with mobile devices, since they don't allow you to autoplay a video, you'll need to select either a placeholder image, for example like this, or you want to select a color for your background, so maybe like black, for example. So I'm going to use a color for this for mobile. So now I'm going to go ahead and save that and preview this. And you can see now I've got a really cool looking video background on the background of my page. And it looks really good when you scroll, and if you have other sections and rows that don't have any colors, it will actually show through that as well. So let me just show you for an example. Say for example this section here, I'm going to select it as none, like that. And I'm going to save this, and if I preview this again, you'll be able to see when I scroll down over here, that also, the video background shows behind that section as well. Okay, cool. So that's how you can add video backgrounds within iGloo. Now also what we have is the ability to import and export page templates. So if you are doing like launches and you want your affiliate partners to grab an iGloo template of your page so they can customize it for their bonus pages and things like that, what you can do is export your page. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, cool. So you're about to see that we've got this icon over here for exporting your page template. So if I click on that, it's going to export that. And then what we can do is import it by going over to our campaign and then simply selecting import template, and then click here to select the zip file. So I'm going to get the one that I just downloaded, and I'll just download this. And this is for giving to other people to add it into their own account. Okay, you're about to see right now that I've just simply imported that page there. If I preview it, you're about to see that it's the same page that I just downloaded. So that's how you can go through and import and export page templates inside of iGloo. Now the final feature I want to show you is the pop-ups, and this is for pro members, being able to add in exit pops and different types of pop-ups inside your pages. Okay, so the way that this works is you'll see on the right hand side we've got this pop-ups tab over here, so I can click on this, just click on like that, and then we can go ahead and create a pop-up. So I'm going to call this one demo exit pop, okay, and click on create pop-up. And you'll see I've got my pop-up that I can go through and begin creating. And it works the same way as the sections and rows when you build your page. So you click on add new row, you can select a column, then you can go through and drag and drop content. So maybe we can have a headline first of all. And let's say, get your free ebook or something like that. Then what we can do is drag in maybe an email sign up form. We can place this over here and click it to the bottom. And we could also maybe have an image or an icon or something like that as well. But what I'm going to do is just leave it like that, just for a simple one like this. I'll just bring down the top margin a little bit. We can also go through, if I go back to my pop-up, you can adjust the width like this of your pop-up. You can make it smaller, wider and higher like this as well. And you can customize the background if you want to have color or an image or a gradient. So I'm going to select the color for this one, maybe make it a navy blue, something like that. It's quite nice. And I'll just adjust this color of this text as well quickly. And center it like that and make it a bit bigger. Okay? And then what we can do is, if I go back up to my pop-up settings over here, we've got different types of options. So you can show it automatically. You can show it after a set amount of time by selecting the timer. Or we can go through and select on exit. So when someone's trying to exit the page, the pop-up will show. You can also select whether you want to show this little close icon. I'm going to select no for that. And also whether the pop-up will close when they click on the background. So if there's no exit over here and you click on the background, it would actually hide the pop-up. But if you select no, then the pop-up will always stay there. So it's kind of mandatory for them to take action on your pop-up, okay? So what I'm going to do is select save for this, and we can also adjust the animation of this pop-up. So we can select zoom in, different types of animations. Maybe we'll select dive for this one, the default one. And I'm going to go through and preview this. Okay, cool. So as you can see, I set that as the exit pop. So when someone's going through to exit the tab like this, you'll be able to see that we've got the pop-up which pops up like that. And I selected that there's no X icon. But if I do click over here, it will minimize and hide the pop-up. Now we can go through and just adjust this a little bit as well. So maybe we can show the close icon. Or we can even select no for both of them so that it won't hide. It's basically mandatory there. So when I go through over here, you can see when I click over here, it's not allowing them to go through back onto the page. So I have to take action for that. Now what I'm going to do is, one other thing is to show you again for this pop-ups, you can create multiple pop-ups. So I can create, all your pop-ups will be listed down here. So let's go ahead and create a new one. So let's call this one timer pop, like that. And then what I can do is adjust the width and the height and things like that. We can adjust the background color. Maybe we can have an image for this one. So let's go to image. I'll select this image over here and maybe grab this one here. Then what I can do, maybe make it a little bit higher, a little bit wider, like that. And I'm going to add a new row, and I'm going to drag and drop maybe a video. Oh, whoops, first I'll need to add a column. and then go and drag and drop the video. And I'll make this pop up a little bit higher as well, and a little bit wider so it fits the content quite nicely. And I'll make this video a little bit smaller like that. And then maybe I could have a button underneath there as well. So just go to button over here, drag and drop it, bring it down there, and make that pop up a little bit higher as well because it's quite a big pop up from quite a lot of content on there, okay? So I'm going to save this one, and what I'm going to do with this one is make it a timer. So let's go over here and select timer, and after about, let's say 3 seconds, it's going to go through and show, okay? And what I'm going to do is select save for that. So the page is going to load, and after about 3 seconds you'll see that our pop-up goes ahead and pops up. We've got a video, you can add your YouTube video link, and we've got a button over here on the pop-up. So that's how you can go through and create pop-ups and all those extra features within iGloo.